He just doing what he have to do, trying to psych himself out for the fight and things like that. But come March the 1st, it's all about skill versus skill, and who has the better skill that night is going to be the victorious person.
For it ain't in my game plan because I train for the best, Gervonta. I train for a Gervonta that isn't, what I'm saying, projected to have any distractions or whatever the case may be. I'm training for a beast. And if he's not a beast that night, it's going to show.
With just a day left until their anticipated clash, Gervonta Tank Davis has just issued another brutal warning to Lamont Roach ahead of March 1st. On the other hand, Lamont Roach mentioned that his training camp has been going great. He shared that he has been working incredibly hard, pushing himself through intense challenges and putting himself through difficult situations. Roach emphasized that all of this is in preparation for March 1st, where he plans to come out victorious.
Man, training camp's been great, man. I've been working my ass off. I've been putting myself through hell, putting myself through fire. Also, for March 1st to come out victorious.
Lamont Roach's training camp has been marked by intensity and dedication. He has pushed himself to the limit, enduring grueling sessions that test both his physical and mental strength. Each day, Roach puts in the hard work, determined to improve his skills and come out victorious on fight night. As for Gervonta Davis, he has recently parted ways with his longtime trainer Calvin Ford, though the reasons behind the split have yet to be revealed. His new trainer, Barry Hunter, has shed light into the situation, though specifics about their decision to separate remain unclear.
You know what I mean? See, I hear things, right? Sure. But nevertheless, Calvin will be there, Coach Barry will be there, Coach Boogie will be there, and Kenny will be there as well.
This not the first fight you was in the corner, right? You was in the pit bull corner too, right?
I was in the pit bull corner. If you look at his earlier fights, when you first started out the grind, like we like to call it, I've been there, even in the amateur. So this is nothing new. You know what I mean? And it's one of them things where you know how the internet is, and then take a mind of his own and just take flight without even knowing. But Tank is like family to us. You know what I mean? Lamont is family too. But Tank, Lamont comes to him and spar all the time. Tank is one that we've been working with since the beginning.
Barry also reflected on the upcoming fight with Lamont Roach, declining to make a prediction, but expressed hope for an explosive and entertaining fight for the fans. He emphasized his respect for Lamont Roach, stating that some people may underestimate his skills, but Roach is a fighter who can deliver in the ring. Hunter shared his personal experience of growing up in tough conditions, where fighting was a means of survival, and made it clear that both Roach and Davis have a deep aversion to losing. He assured that the upcoming fight would be an intense battle, promising an unforgettable showdown on Saturday.
Any final prediction for the fight?
No, I won't do that. You know what I mean? I'm hoping for a good fight for the people. You know what I mean? Explosive fight. Now let me say this about Lamont Roach one more time. I heard some of the people trying to downplay what he is and what he can do. Kid can fight. I bear witness to that. And from where we're from, we're used to this. We had to fight each other just to get out of the state, right? But make no mistake about it. They don't like to lose, we don't like to lose. It's gonna be a hell of a fight come Saturday.
Lamont Roach also found it strange for Gervonta Davis to part ways with his longtime trainer, Calvin Ford. He noted that not having Ford in his corner could be a potential difference maker. As a boxing fan, Roach believes Ford was the best fit for Davis, but only time will reveal the impact.
More than likely, I think that's a little weird. You know what I'm saying? Be with your trainer, your lifetime, your career trainer, and to not have him as your head trainer in the corner. So that might be a difference maker for him. You never know. I think me personally as a boxing fan, I think Calvin fits him the best. Knowing boxing inside and out, I think Calvin fits him the best. So, who knows?
Moreover, Bruce Carrington, who sparred Gervonta Davis, stated that Lamont Roach might know things about Gervonta Davis that most fighters don't, like subtle quirks or body language cues that could indicate when Tank is hurt or bothered. He believes this insight could make for an interesting matchup. While Carrington acknowledged Roach's style could be a good match for Tank, he felt Roach's lack of power wouldn't be enough to keep Davis off. He predicted that Tank would likely stop Roach in the middle to late rounds, but still expects the fight to be enjoyable to watch.
Lamont might know some things about Tank that most fighters don't know, like maybe little quirks or body language that he's hurt right there, and okay, when he does this, that kind of bothered him that other people might not be able to read, because they just didn't work with Tank that long enough, to be able to figure that out. That I feel like it's gonna be a good matchup because of that. Lamont's style is pretty well too. I wouldn't say he has that much pop to keep Tank off of him. But I feel like his style is pretty good to fight, to match up with Tank. But I still don't see him being enough to stop Tank. I still think that Tank stops him probably in the later rounds, mid to late rounds. And I think it'll still be an enjoyable fight to watch.
Bruce Carrington further mentioned that he believes Gervonta Davis will be more selective in his approach against Lamont Roach compared to his fight with Frank Martin, where Tank was aggressive from the start. Carrington speculated that Davis might adopt a more measured strategy, focusing on counterpunching and boxing sharply before flipping the switch when the right moment comes.
Yes. I think Tank will probably be selective. I don't know if he's just gonna, because I remember when he fought Frank Martin, from the first round, he was trying to be in Frank Martin's chest. He was, yeah. I don't know if he's going to have that same approach to this fight. I think he's going to be more like, counter-punching, boxing a little bit, being sharp, and then flip the switch.
However, Tank Davis, ahead of his fight with Lamont Roach, commented that he believes Roach is just doing what he has to do to psych himself up for the fight. Davis emphasized that boxing is all about skill versus skill, and the fighter with the better skills that night will emerge victorious.
I rule a weakling for sure. He just doing what he have to do, trying to psych himself out for the fight and things like that, but come off the fridge is all about skill versus skill, and who had the better skill that night is going to be the victorious person.
Tank Davis further stated that the fight would be full of fireworks, with both fighters coming together to deliver an incredible performance. He mentioned that he has trained hard for this camp and is ready for the challenge. Davis described himself as sharp, fast, and explosive, while acknowledging that Lamont Roach possesses similar qualities. He predicted an exciting, intense showdown, with the fans ultimately being the real winners come Saturday night.
Just fireworks, man. Just two kids that's coming together to put on a great performance. I know I train hard for this camp and things like that. So just fireworks, man. You had someone that's sharp, fast, explosive, and Lamont is sharp himself and he's explosive. So it's just gonna be a bang come Saturday night, and the fans win that night.
However, Gervonta Davis's training camp has been tough but focused. He has worked hard to improve his skills and power. Davis has been putting in the effort to make sure he's ready for his next fight, making every training session count to perform at his best when the time comes. Moreover, Michael Fox emphasized that this fight will definitely be a tough contest. Both Tank and Lamont are highly skilled boxers, and many overlook Tank's punching power. The bout will resemble a strategic chess match, with each fighter trying to outwit the other. Neither will have it easy, and while Tank's knockout ability will be a key factor, it's not the only thing that mattered.
Yeah, definitely gonna be competitive. The thing about both fighters, Tank and Lamont, they're both very impressive boxers. A lot of people forget that just because Tank is also a big puncher, but You know, this is gonna be chess. It's gonna be chess. It's gonna be both guys trying to one up each other a bunch of times. So it's definitely not gonna be sweet. We know Tank had the equalizer, but
when comparing Tank to his previous opponents, Fox highlighted the uniqueness of Tank's style. Tank fights unlike anyone he's faced before. Known for his athleticism and technical skills in the past, Tank has now added devastating power to his game, making him even more dangerous. This fight will challenge both fighters' boxing abilities and their tactical thinking, requiring more than just searching for a knockout blow.
The biggest difference I feel in Lamont versus Tank's other opponents, we all know Tank a different way than everybody he's fought against previously. Just in the sense of I know the last thing that came to Tank's arsenal was the punching power. Before that, he was athletic. He was a very impressive boxer. So it's gonna, it's not just him looking for the big shot. This is going to challenge both of their boxing skills and both of their fight IQs, Tank and Lamont.
On the other end, Big Tim is confident that the world will soon see that Lamont Roach is more than ready for this fight and will surprise everyone. He believes that Roach is gaining recognition not only as a fighter but also as a person. Tim described Roach as an exceptional fighter and a true world champion, and he's certain that Roach will put on a performance on March 1st that will leave the world in shock.
Well, one thing I can say, he's ready, and he will shock the world. I think a lot of people are now starting to realize and know who he is, not just as a person, but as a fighter. And he's a hell of a fighter. He's a great world champion. And he's going to put it on display March 1st. He's going to shock the world. He's going to shock the world.
Tim also added that while Tank Davis won't go down without a fight, Roach will eventually overcome him, saying that in the end, Tank will get his ass whooped.
It depends, Tank don't want to submit, lay down, we're going to put him down. But overall, he's going to get ass whooped.
Zab Judah showed great confidence in Gervonta Tank Davis, referring to him as his guy. He highlighted Tank's unique southpaw style, incredible punching power, and strong boxing ability. Judah noted that Tank is in the midst of an intense training camp, putting in the effort to prepare for the fight. He believes Tank will perform perfectly and secure a win while showcasing his skills. Judah also expressed excitement about Tank's future, eager to see what's next for him after the fight.
Listen, man, y'all know what's up. Y'all know why I stand out with Gervonta, man. Gervonta, that's my guy. Left-hander, dynamite, power, explosive, you know what I'm saying? Good boxing ability. He's in training camp right now. He's putting that work in, and I expect him to be flawless. I expect him to win the fight and look good, and and let's see whatever happens next.
AKOYE expressed doubts about Lamont Roach's ability to challenge Gervonta Davis, claiming Roach doesn't present a real threat. He believes Davis won't be bothered by Roach's power, pointing out that while Roach is a solid boxer, he lacks the necessary speed, strength, and inside fighting skills to trouble Davis. AKOYE emphasized that Roach's boxing skills aren't enough to pose any serious challenge, and his punches likely won't land effectively.
Roach, I don't think he has anything that would threaten Gervonta at all. I don't think Gervonta is going to respect his power. So if you don't, you can box as good as you want. He can box, you know what I mean? So what advantage, if any, in any category of the game could you say Lamont Roach has in this fight? He's not quicker, not stronger, you know what I'm saying? You're not better on the inside. You can box, but you're not the superior boxer, and you ain't got no pop. So whatever you do have, it don't scare him. And you don't even overwhelm him in those categories. Like if you were such a great boxer, where he can't find you, then you could say, okay, he can stay away from him all night on that bicycle. He don't got that. So
AKOYE also noted that Roach's main strength lies in his body work, as he is known for wearing down opponents by targeting the body. However, he questioned whether Roach would even be able to get close enough to Davis to implement this strategy, considering Davis's ability to control distance and avoid pressure. As the smaller fighter, Roach's chances are limited, with no clear advantage in any key aspect of the fight.
And then his claim to fame, in my opinion, is Roach is great at, going to the body. Like, he'll chop you down to the body, but do you want to get that close to Gervonta to do that shit? No. So what advantage in any part of the game or any facet of the game can you say Roach has? And you the smaller guy. Really, because you say, Gervonta ain't big, but he a fat bull. He like Canelo. He a fat bull that shrink down to his normal frame. So he a big bull compared to a Roach. He not a little dude. Gervonta not that not as little as he seems. Like he a sturdy boy. Pause.
Shakur Stevenson mentioned that Lamont Roach is fully focused on his upcoming match, while Gervonta Davis seems to be more focused on him. Shakur also revealed that he plans to place a bet on Lamont Roach, expecting him to come out victorious in the fight.
Honestly, he got a fight next week, right? So it seemed like he focused on me, and Lamont Roach is focused on him. I think I'm gonna go put my bet in on Lamont Roach.
AKOYE concluded by acknowledging that while Roach's fight against Davis is a significant career opportunity, he doesn't believe Roach can handle Davis's power and skill. He sees the fight as a chance for Roach to gain recognition, but predicts that Davis will win decisively and convincingly.
I don't think Roach is gonna bring anything to the game that Gervonta respects at all. And if he don't respect your power, it's good night. So it's good night. I think Roach gonna get f***ed up, in my opinion. Good fight for his career, though. You know what I mean? It's good. You got it on your name.
Calvin Ford reflected on the deep history between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach, noting their connection dating back to the amateur Silver Gloves days. He believes this familiarity will bring a unique dynamic to the fight, as Roach constantly competes at his best. Despite some criticism, Ford expressed his support for the matchup, emphasizing that it provides an important opportunity for both fighters and the community. He praised Roach for accepting the challenge and highlighted that the fight would be an exciting spectacle for fans to watch.
They've been knowing each other from the amateurs, Silver Gloves, everything. They grew up actually together, you know. Roach and him, back and forth battles and whatnot. It's going to be a pretty interesting fight, you know what I'm saying? Because Roach he come to fight. And I think it's a great fight. Everybody talking all that stuff about, why Roach? Because he signed and took the fight, you know what I'm saying? And it's good for the community.
Teofimo Lopez shared his perspective on a potential fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach Jr., pointing out their shared history of growing up near each other in Washington, D.C. Lopez mentioned that they've faced off in the amateurs and likely sparred, making them both very familiar with each other's styles. He believes the fight could be intriguing, but only if Tank allows it to be competitive.
All the history, you gotta love it. What do you think about Tank versus, obviously?
Oh, Roach?
Yeah, Roach.
Well, they've known each other for so long now. You know, they grew up nearby in DC, and I think overall, I think it's gonna be a good fight for as long as Tank wants it to be.
Bozy Ennis shared his opinion on a potential fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach Jr., describing it as an interesting matchup. While he recognized the excitement surrounding the fight, Ennis favored Tank as the likely winner. He believes Tank's combination of skill and knockout power would give him the advantage in the ring.
I think it'd be a good fight, man. Him and Tank. I think it'd be a real good fight, man. You know what I mean? I think I would have to go with Tank, though. I would have to go with Tank. You know what I mean? But I think it's a real good fight, you know what I mean?
Greg Hackett stated that Lamont Roach's best chance against Gervonta Tank Davis is to trap him in the ring and neutralize Tank's power. He recommended that Roach smother Tank whenever possible, maintain a solid jab, and stay alert. Hackett warned against Roach overextending, as it could lead to errors that Tank would capitalize on. While acknowledging the tough challenge, Hackett emphasized that anything can occur in boxing, leaving the fight's result uncertain.
I mean, for him to really beat Tank, he's gonna have to cut Tank off. He can't let him develop those moments of power. Like when he generates his power, when he got to catch him while he's trying to tweak the power, and not catch him as in getting a shot off, but he got to smother him at times. He got to stay behind a good jab, and he got to be sturdy, man. He just got to be with it. You can't fall asleep in the ring, and you can't try to get too much and be greedy because you can get caught in between some shit. It's a lot he got to do in there to get the win, but like you said, any man can get the win.
Oscar De La Hoya acknowledged Lamont Roach as a talented fighter, but expressed concerns that Roach might be outclassed by Gervonta Tank Davis. He praised Tank's exceptional abilities, describing him as a beast who is fully committed to his training and consistently enters the ring in top shape. De La Hoya recognizes the challenge Roach faces, but emphasized Tank's experience and dedication, giving him a distinct advantage in the fight.
No, I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal conditions when he steps inside that squared circle.
Mikey Garcia praised Gervonta Tank Davis as a skilled, experienced fighter with explosive power. He noted Tank's ability to adapt to any style and his unshakable confidence. While acknowledging Lamont Roach's talent, Garcia believes Tank's proven success makes him the likely winner.
Tank is very talented, very skilled, and also very experienced at this point now. He's fought and seen pretty much every style there is, and his power is tremendous, where he has that knockout punching power, and he's got the confidence to do it, and you just see his demeanor. He's just confident. He knows he's gonna, go out there and execute, and so it's hard to go against Tank. Again, not to disrespect his opponent Roach, but I think Tank is a beast, and he's been proving it every fight. He probably will win this fight as well. Again, it's hard to say and go against Tank. He's proven himself.
Coach Bullet voiced strong confidence in Gervonta Tank Davis, asserting that only a true challenge could defeat him. He highlighted Tank's experience and high fight IQ, emphasizing that no opponent has ever rattled him. In the Lamont Roach matchup, Bullet admitted that while Tank has the power to hurt Roach, top fighters sometimes struggle with motivation. However, he suggested Roach's trash talk could fuel Tank, making the fight more intense.
He doesn't have a chance. Tank is a very experienced, high IQ. The only person that could have beat Tank was Rolly. I keep telling people that. Nobody's going to beat him because they don't bring nothing to the table to make him scared, to puzzle him, to make him, panic or open his eyes like a deer in headlights. So this fight with Roach, it's Tank selling the fight. You know what I'm saying? Everybody saying, hey, but it's boxing. I'm gonna give you 1,000. If Tank could get himself up to really fight this kid properly, he could really hurt him bad. But sometimes a good fighter, it's hard for him to get up for certain fights. And that's what I see in boxing a lot of time for many years. So I'm glad Roach is talking some mess to him, so maybe he'll put a little fire in him so we can see a good fight.
John Porter suggested that Lamont Roach might not withstand a clean shot from Gervonta Tank Davis, potentially leading to a quick fight. However, he acknowledged Roach's resilience, noting that if he stays on his feet, the bout could become more competitive. While Porter feels there are better matchups for Tank, he still considers this fight worthwhile.
People, it don't matter. When he get hit, he going to sleep. Just wait for it. This might be a fight until he gets hit. And again, he's tasted that before. So if he gets hit and he doesn't go away, we got a fighter on our hands, I think it's a good fight. I think that there's better fights for Tank Davis, but this is a good fight for him.
Jermaine Ortiz talked about Gervonta Tank Davis's next fight, saying Tank hits hard but doesn't throw a lot of punches. He noted that this time Tank is fighting someone his own height, which could make things more even. Ortiz compared it to Tank's fight with Pitbull Cruz, where trying to box instead of attacking made the fight closer. He thinks if Tank tries that against Roach, it might not work well. Instead, he suggests Tank should stick to his usual style, pressuring Roach and breaking him down.
We'll see. I just think that Davis really got that knockout power. He doesn't have a lot of output. He's fighting somebody who's closer to his height. I think it would be more of a fight. I think the last time he fought somebody shorter than him was Pitbull, and he tried to box him and he came out. A lot of people didn't like that fight in the sense of, I assume people thought Pitbull won the fight or it was just a closer fight. I don't think, we'll see how Davis goes. I don't think he will do as good if he tries to box him by just, being on his back foot. I think Davis should just do what he does with the bigger guys and walk him down.
Lenny Wilson shared his thoughts on the Lamont Roach versus Gervonta Tank Davis fight, saying it could last all rounds if Roach has a strong chin. But if Roach can't handle Tank's power, Davis will likely knock him out. Having watched both fighters in the ring and gym, Wilson said he would bet on Tank.
So and he has an answer. So I think that if Lamont Roach got a good chin, you dig it, then it could go the distance. If you don't, Tank is gonna put him out. But it can also go the distance because Tank know how to box too. I've watched him in the ring. I've watched him in the gym. I see what he can do. You understand? So, but if I had to bet my money, I'm gonna bet my money on Tank.
Brian Norman questioned Gervonta Tank Davis's decision to fight Lamont Roach, a skilled fighter from the 130-pound division. He noted that Tank had other options, but instead chose to bring up a smaller opponent. Norman found the choice puzzling, feeling Roach hadn't earned the opportunity and unsure why Tank picked him.
Yeah, it seemed like Tank, his whole career, what he been doing was he always asked, why should I fight this guy? Why should I fight that guy? But then he go fight somebody else, and now I can ask him a question on why did you fight him? For example, Lamont Roach, he's a great fighter, but he had 130, I believe. Why you fighting him? Like, you could have fought Shakur, you could have fought anybody else. But you follow a guy from 130 and just brought him up and just say, yeah, he the one, he deserve a fight. Why? He didn't do anything. So I don't know what's up with that.
So what are your thoughts on this? Share your thoughts in the comment section and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.